this is going to be the game changer video that you only need to watch in order for you to become your best self in the year 2025. And once I understood this simple but fundamental principle about life, everything changes. And if you have a dream, an ambition, something you want to manifest, a dream car, dream partner, a dream house, whatever it is that you have to understand this principle. And we are all at different places at our lives, and we want to achieve our desired reality. But up until you understand this simple aspect about life, you will have a hard time trying to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life. And let's get into it. And if you're new into this channel, make sure you're subscribing, you're watching this video up until the end, and don't forget to also share it to other people who will find benefit from watching this video. Now, the principle or the aspect I want to talk about is what we call mind and reality. So most of you guys don't know, but mind and reality are totally linked to determine whatever it is that you get to experience. So most of us, we have grown up in this universe understanding the world based on what we see, touch, feel, taste, and smell. In other words, we interpret reality based on what happens in the physical dimension, forgetting that beyond the physical dimensions, we have the higher planes of existence, or the higher dimensions, which are the mental and spiritual planes. Remember that we as the human beings, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are not human beings. We are not bodies that have spirits. We are spirits that have bodies. So it means we are experiencers. And being experiencers, we are not confined only to the physical. We have the mental and the spiritual. This is what is talked about in the scriptures as the Holy Trinity. So if you mainly focus on the physical plane alone, you are doing yourself a very big disservice. And that is what most of us normally do. But that is all going to change in this video. So you have to understand that beyond the physical, beyond what you can see, touch, and feel, there exist higher dimensions. So most of us, let's say you want to have a car, right? But then you don't see the car already in the reality. In the physical world, you don't have that car. So because you don't have it already in the physical reality, you conclude that I don't have it, okay? So this means that you focus all your attention and energy on what is happening on the physical, forgetting that the physical is also known as the realm of the effect. Meaning that if you want to change the effect, which is whatever you are experiencing right now, you've got to change the cause. This is one of the universal principles of nature, known as the principle of the law of cause and effect. If you want to learn much more about that law, please watch this video up here. I talked more about the law of cause and effect. But essentially, the physical world is the realm of the effect. And the realm of the effect can only be changed by a cause, because a cause can change an effect, and an effect is changed by a cause, okay? So what is the cause? The cause is the mind. So if you don't understand the higher plane of the mind, you can't create anything. That is why you find that most people think that in order for them to change a certain circumstance or experience in their world, they have to take a lot of massive physical action. So you believe that action yields results, but that does not really work. There is a small or a very fundamental relationship between the mind and reality that ensures things happen. Now think about it in this way. Now, before anything that you see out there was created, it was first conceived in the mind. The mind is the realm whereby things are now created, or the mind is the realm of the frequency. Now, in the realm of the frequency, that is where things are created, and then through a delay, they happen in the physical world. So how do they happen? Because of a delay. Let me explain why you can manifest something in the mental plane and it gets delayed to be experienced in the physical world. Why? Because in the physical world, we have the physical laws. The laws such as gravity, laws such as matter and energy, and time and space. Time, space, matter, all these laws exist in the realm of the physical. That is why you can't instantly say, I want to manifest a car, and a car appears from nowhere and just comes into your life. It does not happen that way. There are physical laws, same as there are spiritual laws. But understand that the spiritual laws are of a higher dimension, since they don't need the physical body. In the spiritual planes, physical bodies are not needed because they're higher planes. So the spiritual laws trump or they trump the physical laws. The physical laws are of the physical reality. The spiritual laws are of the higher dimensions. So you need to learn the spiritual laws so that you can apply them in the physical world, so that you can see a lot of change in your life. So the first thing to understand is, before you take any action, before you go out there and try to change the reality that you are experiencing, you first need to approach it in the higher plane, which is the plane of the mental, the mind, right? So before anything was created, the cars, the buildings, the houses, everything which you see out there, it was first an idea. Yeah, our lives are mainly ideas. We live based on the ideas that we have accepted as being truth or not, and these ideas are what determine the kind of life that we get to live. So if you want to live a good life, you need to have good ideas. You need to develop great ideas. In other words, you need to exercise the art of thinking. Yeah, the art of not even thinking, imagination. Imagination is one of the greatest weapons that we have. So before anything was created, it was first conceived in the mind. And being conceived in the mind, the person who conceived that idea ensured that they placed a lot of attention or focus on that idea. So let's say an idea pops up into your mind. Now when an idea pops up into your mind, you have two options. It's either you can dismiss that idea, or you can empower that idea. So enlightened thinkers, when they have an idea in their mind, they know the law of concentration or the law of polarization. So if you have an idea and you concentrate your energy into that idea, what happens here is that you are placing energy onto that idea, because energy is shared or given in the form of concentration or focus. So when you focus on an idea, you give it energy. You find that you might have an idea, it just comes as being plain. So the more focus you give onto it, it's like you're now giving it life. When you focus much more on it, something again adds up, another thing adds up, then the idea now become refined, and then you put it into action. The people who invented the cars, the aeroplane, the bulbs, the lights, the telephone, they didn't do it in one day. They had an idea of what they wanted to create, they focused on that idea, and then the mind did the work on its own. Now the part of the mind that brings the idea into fruition is the part which we call the infinite mind, or the subconscious mind, which is linked to the all. Remember, the all is the mind, and what runs the universe is what we call the universal mind. So we are all connected to that universal mind, because that universal mind is what causes or has the power of creation. So when you tap into the subconscious of that universal mind, it means you can acquire, you can access information that was not readily available to you because of that power. So when you have an idea, that idea, focus much on it. So what I'm trying to say is this. So let's say you want to manifest a car. You've got to see, you've got to picture, you've got to see yourself in that kind of state. That is you tuning into that frequency. So when you see yourself into that state, what you want to do, you want to have what we call thought and heart unison. So when you think about it, you need to invoke a feeling into that thought. So when you evoke a feeling into the thought, now the body now starts to react to that thought as if it's already happening, meaning that you are now tuning into that frequency. So when you tune into that frequency, the more you do it, the more you tune into that frequency. The more you tune into that frequency, the more now that frequency gets sent out to the universe, and the more the frequency is sent out to the universe, now the universe starts to create this kind of reality because of what? You are tuning into that frequency. Remember the law of vibration. The law of vibration states that vibration like attracts like. Okay, so you resonate or you attract things which you are in harmonious vibration with. So if you are on the same frequency with poverty, you attract poverty. If you are on the same frequency with wealth, abundance, what happens naturally is you attract wealth and abundance. So what you do here when you have a thought, you have to envision it, see it in the mind's eye. We have the mind's eye. You need to see it in the mind's eye before it happens on the physical dimension. And you see it through evoking a belief. You see it through evoking a thought and connecting that thought with a feeling. So when you have emotionalized or feeling kind thoughts that have feeling touch to it, they have more vibrational frequency, and then you tune in onto that frequency. So the more you tune into that frequency, you will find that you will start having intuitive thoughts. intuitive thoughts are whereby you are compelled to do certain actions. So for example, with me, as I wanted to manifest a camera shooting equipment, what happened is the more I visualized, the more I have emotionalized thoughts to what I wanted to manifest, I used to get intuitive thoughts. For example, one day I got just an idea of the kind of business that I would like to do, and as I was writing it, I was like, this is a good business idea that anyone would invest in. Mind you, the next day I received a call. The partner said, I would like to hear your business idea. I pitched that idea that I had written the previous day, and the partner said that I'm going to do this, and they invested on that. So that's what I'm telling you. So when you have that idea in your mind and you focus much on it, you refine it. Now you leave it to the universal intelligence. You just have to have the idea and focus on it. Then the universe does what it has to do to bring it into fruition. And the more you do it, you'll find now what we call inspired physical action. So when you work from the point of inspired physical action, you are moving in direct, you are moving towards the goal. Now you are now shifting. Now you are not just moving anyhowly, you are moving according to where you want to achieve and what you want to get. And that is simply how now you now become a powerful manifester. You see synchronicities and you make things happen on this physical plane. So if you found a lot of benefit from this video, don't forget to leave a like, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm to take this video to other people who will need to watch it. And I'll see you on the next one. Before you end, you can watch this video, it's more enlightening, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay awakened.